I scratched my left ear, and something terrible happened. So maybe I should make sure I don't scratch my left ear again. These are superstitious responses, and when you're living in a world of ignorance, then if you're governed by fear, you could very well make up superstitions. Pigeons do it in Skinner boxes. Skinner himself did a very interesting experiment in which he put pigeons in a Skinner box is a cage in which if the pigeon does something like peck a key, it gets a reward, and pigeons readily learn to do that. Skinner put his pigeons in Skinner boxes where absolutely nothing that the pigeon did had any effect whatever, but nevertheless at random rewards were delivered, okay, which is sort of like our ancestors' world. And then if he came back after a few hours and saw half a dozen pigeons under this regime, one pigeon would be preening under its left wing, another would be turning round in circles, another would be scratching the ground, another would be wiping its head on the ground, and another would be facing into the bottom left-hand corner. Each pigeon had superstitiously done something, accidentally been rewarded because that's when the mechanism produced the food, and carried on doing it. And so each pigeon became a kind of maniac for doing a particular ritual, which is exactly like one tribe sacrifices a goat in order to make the rains come. Another tribe gets down on its knees and faces Mecca and prays 5 times a day, whatever it is. Each tribe develops its own superstition in order to get rewarded, and of course in order to avoid being punished, in order to avoid the fearful consequences of random events which they had no control over. Nowadays, increasingly, we understand where danger comes from. We know where disease comes from. We don't know exactly, but approximately. We know how to control our world to an increasing extent, so we can afford to throw away those superstitions. Unfortunately, enormous numbers of us, the great majority of people on this planet, have failed to wean themselves off these primitive superstitions.
Let me just add one thing, because it was